Alrighty, welcome to the Monroe Music Showcase here at Music City Studios. We are coming to you outside live in the back porch area of Music City Studios. I am your host, Mitch Laing.
And I'm Johnny Ringo.
And today's episode is Age of Man from El Dorado, Arkansas. Now, this band right here, technically they're not a Monroe band, but that aside, they are so good that I had to overlook that and bring them down here. One of the best blues bands that I've ever seen live, and actually, really, it's not that they're the best blues band I've ever seen live. My first introduction to Age of Man was actually, we were playing at PJ's Coffee in El Dorado, Arkansas, and the owner of the venue gave me a CD and said, "You really need to check these guys out." I'm like, "All right, cool." So I went home, and this was also around the time that my son was born, and so I had to spend a lot of time at home, and I was like, let's check out some albums. I got plenty of time to listen to music, and I popped in their album and was utterly blown away, and it turned out to be the only thing that I would listen to like for the next 2 weeks after that.
I was particularly blown away by these guys. I'd never really heard them before. I'd never heard of them until you told me they were going to be on, and so I didn't really know what to go into, and then when I got to hear them, I was very impressed.
Yeah.
So,
and then finding out that their bass player that was there with them had just joined like a month or two beforehand, so that bass player was still brand new as far as like playing with them.
Yeah, their lineup's very tight. They're very, very great guys. They were one of my favorite people that I got to interview with these guys. So I think that you'll enjoy them also. They remind me a lot of Clutch. And
some Black Keys influence for sure.
And so be sure and look out for that. And I hope you enjoy this excellent interview that we got to have with Age of Man here on the Monroe Music Showcase. Hey, it's Johnny Ringo. Welcome to the Monroe Music Showcase at Music City Studios. Today our guests are Age of Man from El Dorado, Arkansas. And guys, first off, introduce yourselves and then tell us a little bit how the band came together, how long you guys have been together, and just your general origin story.
Alright, Matt Benson to Brandon Borden.
Oh, Chesley Hollis, bass player, drummer,
Vocals, guitar. Yeah.
And how long have you guys been together with this current iteration and then with the band in general?
Well, the band started probably like 6 years ago. So this current lineup has been together for just a couple of months now. Yeah,
I'd say 3 months.
Yeah, a couple of months. Yeah, but it's been a busy time since he's been with us, and
We're getting there.
We're still working out all the kinks, and especially with me. We've been working on it for about 5 years.
So he's been with us for several years, though.
Yeah, take the blame. That's fine. I'm cool with that. Totally.
My story, she don't mention all the way. She don't see I'm in love with you, and she don't even know I need you. Miss me when I go. She don't miss me now. Feeling low. She don't feel in our heart. Tried to kill me now, torn apart.
one of the things I like about you guys is your genre seems very, old school, very kind of like almost like a throwback, like blues type rock. Tell me a little about some of your influences and how that has changed over the years. Are there any bands in particular that you find yourself channeling like on purpose or not on purpose?
Yeah, it's probably a little bit of purpose and not purpose, but I don't know. I started playing guitar because I listened to a lot of Jimi Hendrix, and so I went out and bought a Stratocaster, and that's what I wanted to sound like. So there's just no way for Jimi Hendrix to not be an influence. I'd have to try for him not to be an influence. It would be bad. So anyway, I listened to a lot of that, and then I kind of got away from it for a while, and then I discovered the Black Keys and was like, holy crap, you know, it's a current band that is highly influenced by old blues music, and they're turning so many younger people onto things that they didn't even know existed. And so I was kind of hooked after that on that sound. And you know, he made fuzz pedals like super popular. I think, you know, they were making a big comeback after that. And so then I got into just wanted to crank fuzz up and sound raunchy and dirty. And so that's kind of where I went with it.
I started, I guess, whenever I was about 12 years old playing, and it started out with Guns N' Roses. As bad as I hate to say that. And then
There's nothing wrong with it, man.
I don't know. I'm just not a big fan anymore. They're awesome, bro.
I mean, you
I
don't
used
want
to
to
know
know
Guns N' Roses, so.
But then I went on to System of a Down and stuff like that. And then as I got a little older, I started dipping into funk, and that since then it's been like I've been real funk influenced, and
See, you know, I've only been with them for 3 months, but I think, you know, me and Brandon here, the drummer, we're both rhythm sections, so we both are funk influenced. So I think that's why we clash well. And eventually we're going to get to where we really know every second of what we're doing, you know. But since we're still kind of, like he said earlier, I don't really like saying working the kinks out, but learning each other, the way we play, you know, he and I will have a definite good clicking as far as that goes.
And as far as my writing goes, that's all influenced because I always loved really old blues players and how all their songs were always about how wrong they've been done by a woman or something like that, you know, and I always just like the simplicity of it, you know. It's like country people, they write about their dog dying or riding a back road, and blues people write about other things, you know. And, that's just, I guess that's what I like to write about, so.
Change my way, mostly stay the same. Oh, life's been good to me. I see more pleasure than pain. Strange voices in my head, never could explain. They said I'm crazy. No, I just ain't seen. something, no, something plain. Oh, life's been good to me. I see more pleasure than sleep all night just to feel away. Working all day just to pay for my mistakes.
It's like writing like love songs that are cheesy if you read them on paper, you know, but then they fit the music well. And that's kind of what blues people do. There's a lot of love songs, and that's what they are. I would say almost the entire album is in one way or another a love song or a hate song. So, you know, it'd be one of the two probably, and that's where I go with it.
Well, it's blues,
Right.
a slightly depressive
Right.
outlook to love.
Yeah. It's kind of like if a girl breaks up with you and you say, oh, the girl broke up with me, I'm sad. And then a blues guy writes it, it's like, oh, the girl just broke my heart so bad and I don't know if I can get out of bed for a while. You know, they take it to the extreme, and I just think that's great. So, you know. Yeah, a lot of what we play obviously is in El Dorado because that's where we're from. But we used to play at Tsunamis in Monroe. We used to play, we still play at Sal Saloon sometimes, and we've played with some great local Monroe bands from there. And we played in Little Rock. We played all the way up to North Arkansas.
Tulsa.
And even in Tulsa, yeah. But, I mean, we'll drive as long as the venue can pay for our gas money, you know, and we don't lose money on the deal. We'll usually do it. Because we're not picky. We've played from large crowds to tiny crowds. It's fun anyway, so it doesn't matter.
That's what it's all about.
Personally, I really enjoy the hole-in-the-wall places, you know. I like the dirty, dark places, you know. Really, my favorite places to play are the places where people who drink a lot and holler a lot frequent, because those are the most fun people to play with, you know, in front of. You know, they have the best time to me.
People
who aren't too shy to get up and move around and look stupid and holler, those are the most fun people to play in front of. And a lot of the people who frequent the hole-in-the-wall places are like people who are older than us, and they remember music like that from back in the day. You know, either that or their dad, you know, that's all my dad listened to or something. You know, they do like the music better, I think, than the younger people. Well, you know, we'll keep doing the same thing that we've been doing. We have families and things and jobs, and we will keep trying to be weekend warriors, but we do have a possible tour coming up with Mitch Laing Band. So hopefully that can happen, and that's plenty far away that we can hopefully arrange live to make that happen.
games. It's me paying to lose. Now why are you want me now? Ain't got no clue, you must be crazy. You must be out of your mind. Don't know what you see in me. Oh girl, you must be blind. Must be. Got a little money, got a house or two. It's a little old heart, too little for you. I'm so damn ugly, so damn fine. Don't know what you see in me. Oh girl, you must be blind. Oh, you must be.
So in terms of recordings and stuff, do you guys have any plans to do an album? Are you writing anything, or do you have an album that you've done in the past or anything like that?
We put out, originally I had like a 14 or 15 song demo that was recorded in a room in my house. Then we did an EP that was recorded in my house. And then we took songs from the EP, changed them up, and added some songs, and we did put out an album probably 3 years ago. And we sold those at shows and on online on Bandcamp. And anyway, a record company out of Germany that had some cool bands signed that sounded a lot like us, bands in that genre. They hit us up and they're like, hey, we want to put you guys out on vinyl and CD and sell it overseas. And
Cosmic Artifacts.
yes, Cosmic Artifacts. And I checked out the roster and I was like, holy cow, man, they got bands on here that I already listened to, and I had no idea. But, so we did sign with them, and then they re-released our album on vinyl and on CD, and we went back to the studio that we recorded the album at in Little Rock and recorded a bonus track, so that way, you know, people who already bought our past CD would at least get something new out of the deal. And so we did record a bonus track after that. That album, I guess, has been out for about a year. So, and we still got a few records left to sell before they're sold out. So, I don't know, we have mentioned recently about trying to get some more original stuff written and recorded. So I do think that it will come. Hopefully sometime next year we can put out another album. I hate to guarantee that because life gets crazy sometimes, but that would be a good goal to have. So.
guitars were excellent. They were hot fire, man. I enjoyed that, and very, as we had said kind of in the introduction, very, very like clutchy, very Black Keysy, just that fun foot stomping blues, man.
It's funny you mentioned that because after we filmed this, we actually went and saw them play live not too long after that, and they do actually cover Regulator during their live set, and they do it pretty well too.
That's awesome.
But it was like that dude on the slide guitar, and like his I noticed that I was seeing a lot of Lindsey Buckingham influence because the dude doesn't use a pick on half the stuff that he does. He just does it all with his fingers, which to me is super impressive. Any guitar player knows that it's way more difficult to play with your fingers than it is to play with a pick. Picks are kind of like the training wheels of lead guitar.
Yeah. And it's very, very Derek Trucksy.
Yeah.
And so it's just cool to have that mishmash of stuff, especially from El Dorado, which of course that area is starting to pop a lot now with the, they had like Migos and ZZ Top there like last year.
They've had White Yoakum there a couple of times.
I think the way things are going, El Dorado is definitely going up, and so we hope to have those guys back soon, very, very, very soon.
Well, thank you very much for checking out this week's episode of Modern Music Showcase here at Music City Studios. Thank you very much. Have a great day.
Have a good day.
Coming Saturdays and Sundays on the CW.
Rednecks for Hire, the new redneck reality show. Follow along with David, Mike, and Kevin as they take on some of the most dangerous and dirtiest jobs that Northeast Louisiana has to offer. Tune in Saturdays at 6:30 a.m. and Sundays at 12:30 p.m. on the CW.
If you're a fan of the show, be sure to like and follow the Redneck Boys at their Facebook page, facebook.com/RFH. Stay in the know with all their latest photos, bloopers, and behind-the-scenes footage not shown on air. That's facebook.com/RFH.